Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is essentially a pile of shame painting video, but the model or models in question are voted by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. In that video, I'll show you a host of models and you guys vote on what you want to paint for this Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. Let's see you in a minute. Right, so there was a vote for anything Space Marine and the sister unit. There's 3 units of Space Marines that were in the vote and 1 sister unit. So I'm going to roll dice. 1 to 3, it's going to be one of the Space Marines. I'll roll it again then. And 4 to 6, it's the sisters. So Space Marine units. So of the Space Marines, we have the Inner Circle Companions, which comprises of 3 models. But this is one hand holding a stand, absolutely beautiful model. They are beautiful models. We have a squad of Assault Intercessors, which, you know, I don't think I'll paint as many as I can if they win, but I don't think it's, you know, they're not, to me, they're not that much of an interesting model, but I'll paint one fully on camera and probably try and tag along another 3 or 4 just for fun. And we've got the Stone Guard Veterans, which are again really cool models. Nice robes hanging off them and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. So it's going to be the Inner Circle Companions, which I'm very, very happy with, because they are absolutely beautiful models. So I'm going to finish getting my palette set up and everything else, and I'll come back to you with them ready to go. Right, so there's 3 models in this squad. Out of all 3 of them, I think this one's the most interesting, just because of the banner and just more interesting overall in general, but they are pretty much all the same in terms of, like, they've got robes and blade hanging off them and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to start my first colour. I'm going to come in with some Euphon Grey. Let's get all the big bits out of the way first. And what I'm going to do with this amazing colour, I'm going to get all the robes. They're going to get done. And this side of his power armour is also going to get a thin coat of Euphon Grey. So I'm going to crack on, and actually I'm going to get the wings as well. I'm going to get all these wings just to make it really pop off straight away from the word go. I think now what I should do is come in with Corn Red and do the other side of my chapter colours. Let's give you a little sneaky peek. It's looking okay, but again, there's not much on here to do. So he does have a little emblem on his shoulder pad, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the backside to get into, but I'm going to get in as best as I can. One thing with the Corn Red, even if I get it on the wings there, it's not going to be the end of the world, because as soon as I put, let's say, Retributor armour over the top, it's going to make it really pop really well. I want to get his bracers, because his bracers are going to be Retributor armour as well. So I'm going to get his hand holding the staff. One really thing I like about these models that are really cool, there's not much stuff that would be exposed for my chapter colours. It's not much at all. It's all robes, which is handy when you're painting them. The backpack as well. I'm going to come and do the rest on the other two. Right, so now I'm going to come with some Rynoxide. And this is a very, very simple thing I'm going to do. I'm going to pick out all of the pouches. They have loads of pouches hanging up on them. Back here. Gun pouch as well. A leather strap holding the sword to him. I think I missed that part. Yeah, I did. I missed that part on the leg there. The part of the knee. I'm going to go back and do that. Some of this belt. It's not much leather. I'm going to go back and do that little bit with youth and grey, and then these is leather straps. Yeah, I'm going to go back and do that, and then do Rynoxide on the rest of the guys. That's quite funny. From what you just saw when I was talking about going back and doing Rynoxide on him, I thought I stopped filming. I hadn't, so I finished doing that. Sat here, talking to myself, waffling, just talking away to myself as you normally do when you're doing stuff like that, like this. And then realised the camera was still rolling, so I just had to go and just really crop that. I think it's 3 minutes of me just talking to myself, which is nice. Anyway, so now I'm going to come with some lead belcher. Now I'm going to lock some of the silvers in. Now, obviously, I'm going to just run across the gun. And I'm going to run it across the blade of the weapon. I actually did the Rynoxide on the hilts of the swords as well. Going to get these little buckles here. Some of them have little decorations hanging off of them. I'm going to get them a little bit of silver as well. I'm going to attempt to get in and get this sword. It's a very tough thing to do. Now I'm going to go, well, let me get his belt buckle actually. I'm going to stop filming this time and actually do the rest, finish his bolt gun off, his heavy bolt pistol, and let's do the swords on the other guys. The other guys have their pistols actually in the holsters, so I'll just do the handle of the holster of the weapon itself. Yeah, so next I'm going to come with some white scars. So what I'm going to do with the white scars is I'm going to go over the robes, but I'm going to be very specific with what way I want to do it, because I'm going to build up a highlight level for later on. So the most raised areas I definitely want to get. And I sort of want to just, so I'm going to go over the robes, but I'm going to be very specific with what way I want to do it, because I'm going to build up a highlight level for later on. So the most raised areas I definitely want to get. And then I will sort of want to just, so I'm going to brush it across like this. It looks a little bit rough and it looks a bit messy, but the next stage is really going to make it pop off. Also coming in with the white now. If there's any areas that I'm on the robes that I'm not too happy with, I can just try and cover it with the white to make it look a bit presentable. I'm not doing the armour with the white scars. I'm only doing the robes. I think this one. This one's the better one. As you can see, there's some striations there because I went back over the Yupon grey just to test it before I come in with the white. So all I'm going to do is this. Doesn't look like I've done very much. But there is a nice little white sheen across all the raised areas. That's a little bit here like that. Just come in and get all of this. A bit like that under there is what I'm talking about. I'm not too happy with that, so I'll come in with the white. It should sit on there nicely. I'm going to crack on the bottom of his sleeve there, looks a bit bandy, so again the white is going to come in and cover it up nicely. With that done, I'm now going to come in with some Screaming Skull. That looks blue, doesn't it? It's not, it's just the light reflecting up on it, it's not blue. With the Screaming Skull, I'm now going to apply my chapter colours to the armour panels. Going to be 2 thin coats. Fortunately, there's not that much armour exposed on these guys. It's an absolute blessing when it comes to painting them. I'm only going to do a little bit on camera. I go off camera and do the rest. Well, I say do the rest, do the other 2 because it's not very much on here. So the first pass is just to get the majority of it. The second pass will be just to tidy it up and just make it look, you know, like it's all one piece of armour. We've got his foot there. I'm just going to give it a blast of this anyway. Right. Right, so it's got 2 thin coats of the Screaming Skull on there. I found before when I do the Screaming Skull and apply it to the Space Marine model, 2 thin coats is usually enough, but it's actually when I start doing the other details around them that actually starts to pop off. If I need to do a third coat, like I say a third coat, but apply the Screaming Skull for a third time here and there, I can do that afterwards because then I can actually see where it looks cool and where it doesn't look cool. So the next colour I'm going to come in with is some Retributor Armour. I think this colour is going to really make the model really badly pop in a very good way. So he's got little shield bits on him. You're going to get those bits. You're going to get the chest piece, 100%. That's really going to pop the model really quickly. I'm also going to get the braces he has on him. I want to get this trim as well, around the edges of his shoulder pauldron. I'm going to get this bit on the back of his backpack. I'm actually going to get the little bit inside the sword there as well. I'm going to get this, the brazier holder at the top here. I'm going to carefully get the brazier itself, because I have a little plan for the rest of that. Oh, I did the screaming skull on the scroll parts of the purity seals as well. Now with this particular one, I'm actually going to get the writing here. I'm literally going to drag. I say drag, it's probably going to be like more like a dry brush across there. This part of it, because then I can have the words really stand out. But all of this is going to have a nice coat of the Richipure armour. So I'm going to crack off camera and do all that. I'm going to off camera do all that stuff and crack on with it. And I'll come back to you when it's done. Right. So I didn't realise this guy had a helmeted head underneath his robes. So I'm going to come back with some corn red. And I'm just going to slap it in there. Like that, looking absolutely fantastic. I think that shield on his chest needs a bit more gold on it. Looks a bit blotchy. That's a bit better. Right, so I think the next thing to do for these guys, that banner is absolutely fantastic, is going to be the smoke coming out of them. Now only two of them have smoke coming out of the braziers. So I'm going to start with some Mechanica Standard Grey. And I'm going to get that smoke coming out. This grey is also going to break up the rest of the colour of the grey is also going to help break up parts of the model as well. I'm going to do the other guy as well. Right, so now for the robes. I'm going to come with some Eldari Emerald contrast paint. So those of you that are new, now you can see why I did the Ythrun Grey and then went over with the white. Because when I apply the contrast paint, it's going to give me shading without actually me having to go and do shading afterwards. Also, it's not shading, highlighting, without me having to do highlighting afterwards. I'm not going to film all of this because there's no point you watching me just slap contrast paint on robes. The only thing with these robes is, when you're painting robes, not just these guys, but any robes in you know, at any time point in the future, the contrast paint will try to run down and pull towards the bottom, so you just have to keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't pull in one area. Right, so I'm going to crack on with the rest of this. I'm not going to get the robes, the inside robes. Okay, so I'm going to do this one and leave the middle part because that's going to be a different contrast paint. And next I'm going to come with some Talazar Blue. I only think two of them have this on them. And what I'm going to do is get the robes on the inside. It's really going to stand out now. It's really popping off. I think he's the other dude. Let me just get this. Oh, so next, actually all three of them had a little bit of blue in the middle there. So next I'm going to come in with some Eshin Grey, which is a nice little layer paint. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take it and I'm going to streak it into smoke. It's not going to be that noticeable, I don't think. Again, just getting it ready for the next stage. Looking good. The next thing I'm going to do is take some Love-Hand Blue. And what I'm going to do, this amazing blue colour, I'm going to find all the purity seals. I'm going to just put some on there. Now the reason I use, for those that are new, Love-Hand Blue on my purity seals, most people use the red, but the thing is with my chapter colours, if there's a purity seal hanging off, say, the shoulder, you're not going to see it because of the red and the blue, sorry, the red purity seal and the red from the armour don't go, you know, won't be that distinguishable between the two. Whereas this blue really stands out. Yeah, I think he only has 2 on him. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that. Right, so for all intents and purposes, these guys are battle ready. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take them beyond battle ready standard. Now this could be an edge highlight, could be a dry brush, could be a wash, you could use contrast paint, you could use layer paint, technical paint, dry paint. You know, there's so many different things that you can do. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Screaming Skull onto my brush, buff some onto some tissue. I'm going to come in, I'm going to give these little smoke a little bit of a dry brush. I'm going to get the leather pouches a little flick as well. Just to give it like a little worn leather look. I think this one's going to be the one that comes out. The smoke comes out a bit better. Just going off to the distance. And the other one's blown in the breeze as well, but it's not as prominent as this one, I don't think anyway. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some, I don't know what to do with these feathers here, to be honest with you. Oh, I forgot to do the man inside. I'm going to do him Talazar blue. I forgot to do, I don't know what to do with these feathers really. I'm actually going to come in with some white scars. I was thinking of washing it down and then white scars, but I'm going to come with some white scars first of all. I'm going to keep flicking it the same direction. I don't want to hit the gold. I don't want to hit the purity seals either. I would have come in with a wash on this as well, there would have been a problem in the sense of the wash would have tried to run down. I might have to leave that to dry a little bit and come back in and give it another flick over. I'm also going to give the smoke a little flick with the white scars as well, just to bring it up a little bit. It's very nice. Let's give this one a little flick. So not doing it on camera, am I? I think the next thing to do is come in with some Wazdaka Red. My regulars will know this one. It's a layer paint. Now what I'm going to do with this is very simple. Take some, and I'm going to just run it on some of the corn red. I'll just move this layer out of the way, just to give me a slight highlight. What this does as well is, if there's any bits of where I've done it corn red and it doesn't look like it's too dark because there's not enough corn red there with the black undercoat, this will just blend it all in nicely. So a little flick on his face, not too much. Oh yeah, now it looks a bit bright at the moment, but it is a low paint, so it will dull itself down. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come with some Polar Glacier. I'm not 100% sure on this idea, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. And this is something very, very simple. I'm going to take some. I want to get this little bit in between the sword. Let's give it like a little hint of blue. Now this sword has this bit on it, the other sword has something different. Again, that will try to roll itself down towards the bottom. Just keep an eye on it. This is the other sword. It has writing on it. Now in terms of contrast paint, Polar Glacier is it's not as thick as the others. One last thing I'm going to do to the swords, this is a bit of a mad thing that I'm going to do. Move you out of the way. I'm going to take some white scars on my brush and I'm going to try and edge highlight along the edge of the blade. There's a bit too much there. That's far too much. It might actually work in my favour. I don't know. I think it's too much I put on there. So I'm going to quickly repeat that on the other guy as well, because the other one has his bolt pistol in his hand. Right, that's these 3 Herberts done. I don't think I mentioned, I actually put some like I read on top of the gun, just to break it up a little bit. So, I did the Tesla blue on him, on the guy watcher in the side there. So, I did do his sword because his sword is holstered. If you like this video, guys, sorry, let me start again. Any thoughts or comments about these guys, chuck them below as always. And if you see this channel for the first time, you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so because YouTube shares this video to more and more people. It makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. If you want to support the channel even further, there is a join button below. You can click on that and go to purchase a membership, become a member of the channel with loads of additional perks that you know extra. Now you don't have to do that. You can still just keep watching the videos as always. If you have, what I said, hold on. Yeah, thank you all for voting. I had a brain fart then. Thank you all for voting. If you voted for saying it didn't win, don't panic because everything has to be painted. So guys, thanks for watching. Comments below as always. Hit the buttons if you're new. If you want to become a member, go check out there as well. Guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, take it easy.